Stealth, Trump just permanently made America great again while media was looking the other way. First name last name email upcode SMS/phone number, optional, by subscribing I accept the terms of use for Liberty Writers News. /form Trump is one smart man and he's taking full advantage of the fact that the media and his other detractors assume he's an idiot. While they continue to focus on Russia, fuel division by inciting Antifa violence and try to say he isn't helping hurricane victims, which is totally ridiculous, he is quietly and with efficient laser focus, changing the country to ensure his promise to he is doing this by redesigning the federal courts. For instance, the Ninth Circuit Court has continually stamped down Trump's travel ban, his plan to keep our country safe from terrorists. Courtesy of Fox News, via YouTube.com, Trump is working to change that, though. He just named more judges to sit on the federal appeals courts, where, for example, there are now 4 vacancies on the Ninth Circuit. He has named Ryan Bounds to that court, a federal prosecutor with great credentials, who served in the Bush administration. He also just named Gregory Katsas to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. AMR. Katsas currently serves as Deputy White House Counsel in Trump's White House, of course. He, too, has a stellar reputation. I can't emphasize enough how important what Trump is doing in U.S. courts while no one is paying attention is. Our courts have more power over our lives than most people realize on a day-to-day basis. They shape the laws under which we live every single day. As an attorney, I am keenly aware of how important our judges' personal political views are on cases, no matter how objective they may try to be. If you are happy about Trump's performance as a president, please get this shared and comment way to go Trump. H/T The Daily Caller first name last name email upcode SMS/phone number, optional, by subscribing I accept the term.
Hi, I'm Patty Ann Brown. The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals continues to be a thorn in President Trump's side. The court rejected his travel ban and this week rejected his plan to pull funding from sanctuary cities. President Trump said on Wednesday that he absolutely supports breaking up this large appeals court based in San Francisco. In fact, GOP Senators Jeff Flake and John McCain have introduced legislation to remove 6 states from the Ninth and create a separate 12th Circuit Court. California, Oregon, Hawaii, and 2 island districts would remain in the Ninth. So here to discuss are senior Washington correspondent at Talk Media News, Justin Duckham, and staff writer at The Hill, Melanie Zanona. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So the Ninth Circuit represents 20% of the U.S. population, 40% of the nation's landmass. The average wait for a decision, 15 months. This legislation was proposed months ago by Flake and McCain. It would move 6 of the 9 states to a new 12th circuit. That circuit would then include Nevada, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Arizona, and Alaska. Melanie, is this a reasonable proposal to break up the large Ninth?
Well, breaking it up based on population size is a reason to break up the courts. It's been done in the past, and if you start to see a backlog of cases, other administrative and bureaucratic reasons start to build up, that is a justifiable argument. Now, I think it's important to note 2 things. Number one, President Trump can't do this on his own. This is something Congress has the power to do. And number 2, it can't be done for ideological reasons. President Trump has said, you know, he's accusing opponents of sort of shopping around to see which court is going to give them a more favorable opinion. And that's just not a reason to break up a court. So, you know, it depends on what the argument here really is.
Yeah, critics do call it the Nutty Ninth. It has that reputation of being left-leaning. And in fact, a disproportionately high number of its decisions are reversed by the Supreme Court. Many of those reversals being unanimous, even the liberal judges saying, no, they went too far. So, Justin, is this about streamlining the judicial process, or is it really an attempt to balance court decisions?
I would be very surprised if Donald Trump is approaching this with the idea of we need to streamline it. It's too backlogged, population concerns. I think, you know, Trump has been very clear why he wants to break it up. and that is because in his mind they have stopped him from moving forward with things. Even though yesterday he was tweeting about the Ninth Circuit blocking his latest executive order on sanctuary cities, even though that didn't come from the Ninth Circuit itself. So I don't think this is somebody who's, taking that into consideration. And frankly, we know that this is a president who hears conversations and will remember the last thing he talked about with the last person he talked to about it with. And I think this is a very clear sign that he's been, speaking with Newt Gingrich, who's been talking about this for years, or somebody in that sort of conservative intellectual, group who have been talking about this for quite some time and has made this sort of a major goal of theirs, not because of his backlog situation, but for purely ideological means.
Yeah, you mentioned there's been talk for quite some time. In fact, the efforts to split up the Ninth Circuit have been underway since 1941. Melanie, you mentioned Trump can't do it alone. Of course, you're correct. And there are 2 senators who have introduced this legislation. So what is the likelihood that this McCain-Flake effort will succeed?
Look, I don't think there's enough juice to get this done on Capitol Hill right now. Congressional leaders are occupied with trying to repeal and replace Obamacare, move this new tax plan that we just saw come out today, a $1 trillion infrastructure package. So my sense is that, while this might be something that energizes President Trump's base, I just don't think it's going to be something that gets settled on Capitol Hill anytime soon. And I would also think that some Republican lawmakers, even if they're supportive of this idea, might consider this a distraction and should focus on other issues right now.
All right, Justin, final thoughts.
No chance. This is something that would be blocked pretty easily in the Senate, particularly from Democrats. So it's something that he can tweet about and talk about and try to scare people with, but ultimately it's not going away under his term.
All right. Thank you so much, Justin and Melanie, for joining us. And for complete political coverage, stay right here on FoxNews.com. I'm Patty Ann Brown. Thanks for watching.